LinkedIn is where it's at. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 major principles and lessons I have learned doing hundreds of thousands of DMs on LinkedIn in a variety of different industries, and what I have found to be true in all these industries and all these different offers and services potentially that you're providing. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Starting with principle number 1 is what I call the anti-template template. Sounds weird. Basically what I'm trying to say is be different with how you message people, right? Because here's the thing about using templates and hopping on YouTube videos like this is it only works when no one else is using them. On the flip hand, if everyone starts using them, it's not going to work because we all sound the same. It's like going up to a girl at a club, let's just say, and you're using the same pickup line as the last 5 guys that have tried to hit on her. Obviously, it's going to be numbing. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't make you different. That's why the best template is no template. So wrap that around your head. And in fact, to the left of this, obviously, you can start with a template. But my point of what I'm trying to share here is you got to create a framework you can customize for each segment and different parts of the script. For example, you can change the base structure of the hook, of what's going to grab their attention in the DMs, and then the question to open a response back. Right? We talked about that in the other video about our scripts. I'll link it down below or here so you can watch that too. But you want to create different types of variations, right? Different types of things. For example, you can actually start to say their actual company versus just saying companies like yours or their actual area in the geographic, instead of saying in an area like yours or around your area. Instead, you actually say the city like Seattle, where I'm from. The also timing, right? Instead of just saying around this time, beginning of Q4 or going into November, then you can also call out to their industry, specifically what field or market you work in. Obviously, there's other things like their name, maybe what they recently post on. But this also doesn't mean you have to make it entirely personalized message every single time. It just has to be certain little things like the company, the timing, the area, their name that makes it seem less bot-like. So just create different variations, create different angles so that you don't sound like everyone else. You can start with the frameworks, but make it different for your script. The second principle I want to talk about is personalization itself, because personalization equals quality, and quality is what lands appointments. So when you're sending 150 in-mails a month or 200 connections over LinkedIn a week, you need templates that don't burn out. So avoid anything that sounds like a mass outreach, like I was saying earlier, or bot-like. Again, no companies like yours or leaders in your space. These are dead giveaways that make people feel turned off. If you received a message and I said to you, hey, saw you're in the same space as I am, I was curious if you want to talk about companies like yours. Like, that's so vague. It's not specific. Specificity breeds credibility. With your writing, be short with it. Be casual. Be short with your language. Be casual. Specificity is enough to be relevant, and it breeds credibility, and general enough to do this at scale. So you don't have to personalize every single line, every single message, just enough so it's efficient enough for you to send multiple messages during your busy day as an owner. So the magic is in the balance. Remember that. It's personalizing certain words or phrases so that it gives that personal feeling without it actually having to take a minute to write a personalized message. Okay. So we go into principle number 3 about writing and DM outreach in LinkedIn. Concise is nice. So keep your messages to under 50 words, or in other words, 2 to 3 sentences long, right? 2 sentences is ideal. And end it with a question. This gets triple the amount of responses back in DM conversations instead of keeping it as a statement. So for example, instead of saying something like this, let's see here. Curious if you're running LinkedIn outbound, wondering if it would be a good fit for a partnership, right? So I have a question right here, invoke a response. But basically, you can see how our messages are just basically 2 sentences long, nothing much more than that. Because the longer it gets, people won't read it, right? They'll skim through it, but they won't get the general message. So try to make it 2 to 3 sentences long. No one wants to waste brain power and energy during their busy day running a business. They want it quick and casual, quick and short. Another note I want to share when you're writing out your messages, especially the first message, do not attach anything. A voice note, a link, a lead magnet, whatever it is, unless they ask for it. No links until they engage. And when it comes to the tonality, as much as we think of LinkedIn, and most people think of LinkedIn as corporate and for hiring, this again is a platform for business to business deals and clients. It's a gold rush right now. Now, not to get into the tangent of that, you want to be like a colleague of theirs. You want to be casual. Now, you don't want to be like an inappropriate friend and use like foul language, but you want to be casual with it. Sometimes I create typos so it seems more human. I lowercase the h when I write hey sometimes. And also, whenever you write things and for the first time and you're creating a script, make sure to check how it looks on mobile phone too. If it looks block text like, maybe break it up into two separate or separate into two different messages if you need to. Make sure it looks good on mobile phone because that's where 95% of people are going to actually engage with you is off their mobile phone. Now, let's go to principle number 4, which is the A/B testing framework. And again, every element of your script, the hook, the opening line, the way you book people in, can be tested. Another example is the subject line when you write emails to people. Instead of saying, "Hi, Sarah," you can just simply say Sarah. Or you can also say, "Quick question, Sarah," or "Quick question," or Sarah, first name. So there's a lot of different variations I wrote here that you can just take away and try to test. Same with the connection request messages. Hey, name, saw that you're in real estate with Remax, thought it would be nice to connect, right? So you can make it very specific and test different things. With the opening line, you can test going after their pain points, sharing case studies and sharing what works and sharing insights might work. A curiosity call to action, like worth to chat or open to learning more. Should we talk more? Again, using different types of ways to position your question to invoke a response. Whether it be the hook, whether it be the email, whether it be the opening line, you want to do at least 100 messages minimum per variable that you're testing. And make sure to document everything. Your response rate is never final. It's just current. Always be testing. Even if something seems really good, where you get for every 100 messages, you're getting 15 replies back, do something that tops that to get 20 or 25 messages back for every 100 messages you send. Now, we go to principle number 5, which is about follow-up, because not everyone's going to respond back to you and actually book a call that same day, that same conversation. Usually, a lot of people are going to respond first, and then it's going to die off. That's where most responses come back after messaging 2 to 4 times. And just a reminder, not everyone's living on LinkedIn. Not everyone's living in the DMs. They may check it once or twice a day, of course, depending on their industry and how relevant it is for them to land clients there. But regardless, you can double the amount of appointments you ultimately get just by adding a follow-up sequence, which I'll link a video down below, but it's basically this. We just have a simple 3 follow-up sequence messagings where it lasts for 7 days. It's short and concise like we talk about, and it just seems as if we lost connection. It's not salesy, which is what a lot of people do in follow-up, but rather it's just saying, hey, know you're swamped with tasks. Let me know if you're still struggling with this thing we can help you with. And if it's a quick chat, ending it with a question again. So make sure you have a follow-up system in place for at least 7 days, could be as long as 14 days, basically to get back in the DMs. That's where a lot of my clients actually came from because they're busy and they just say, hey, I actually just lost touch. So Eric, who was a client of mine, for example, this is the first outreach message. And then Eric came back and said, hey, yeah, we can do a short chat. What's your schedule like for Thursday or Friday? So if I didn't send that out and I just let him slip through the cracks, he would have never been a client of mine. Now, we go to principle number 6, which is essentially your message evolution. So once we learn everything from here, being concise, personalizing a couple of the words here so it seems more personalized, doing different tests, okay, this is where we start to see the evolution and what the time horizon looks like. Now, I want to kind of give you a fair warning. This can work literally within the first 30 days, but I would expect this to work and give it time over 90 days. LinkedIn DM outreach is a volume game and it's a follow-up game. A lot of people you message in the first month will come back to you in the second or even the third month and actually start to book a meeting and strike up a deal with you. So just know it will take time. But the same thing is happening for your script. It will take time to optimize and to make it more efficient and work well in your favor. I'll just help you with the learning curve. Just take the exact same framework we're running with right now. Learn what works, start getting conversations going. That's where you can start to find your own voice in your industry and start testing different variations. And that's where keeping track of your numbers is key, the last principle we'll talk about. This is where you start using industry-specific angles, stuff that I don't know in my script that you would know, stuff that would be relevant, stuff that acknowledges your prospect's world really fast and helps them understand that you get them and how you can help them. That's where you can start to be very different with your messaging versus your competition. That's where you develop your own frameworks. Again, once you create your own angles, now you create your entirely different template. maybe you're adding in 3 questions to qualify people. Maybe you're bringing something up before booking in a meeting with them. But the bottom line is this: messaging warfare isn't about your copywriting skills. It's about psychology at scale. Get them curious, start conversations, and let them sell themselves. Everyone has their problems in business, whether it be regarding the front end on marketing and sales or lead generation or branding, or on the back end with operations, fulfillment, or financing. They know it. You just need to invoke and kindle that fire within them to be more curious on how they can solve that bottleneck in their business that you can solve for them. Let me just say this: 400 simple messages get responses, beat 100 perfect pitches personalized to a T that get ignored. So don't focus on, again, personalizing lines where it's a whole paragraph only for them, the name, the company, the region that they're in, etc. And that's fine enough to get them to respond back. Because again, your infrastructure can only be as good as the amount of volume that you can send. So leverage all 200 connections, right, and all 159 or 150 in-mails you send. These templates that I'm giving you will ensure that volume converts. And if you want more templates and a lot more ideas, I do have a whole community. It's called LinkedIn Legends that you guys can easily join. Link the school community down below. It's free because I actually do coaching there and I give a lot of tailored solutions for you guys. But for right now, you guys can literally grab this script right here. And again, follow this kind of time horizon right here for month 1 and start testing your own variations and ideas with industry-specific angles. Now, the last tip I want to share with you before you go is track every single number. KPIs matter the most. Business speaks in numbers. If you don't know how to speak the language of business, it's like speaking to someone in Chinese. You don't know what they're saying, what it needs. So track your KPIs from messages sent, replies, both negative and positive, booked appointments, how many appointments you're bringing in, and how many appointments you take in are showing up, and of course, close, the sales end. And in over 30 to 60 days, you'll see what scripts, what frameworks, what lines are working so that you're getting the most amount of appointments with the right people. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this has helped you understand how you can get more appointments. You need to be on LinkedIn if you're going after other businesses to land as clients. It is a gold rush right now. Everyone's numb, getting cold emails, getting cold called, of course. And I don't want you relying on networking or your family and friends. That's no way for you guys to build the foundation and build your business at scale. Leverage LinkedIn. Very few of your competitors are on, I guarantee it. And if you capitalize on this right now, you will be not only getting more appointments through LinkedIn, but also being an authority figure on LinkedIn, which I have another video I can link right here about, where shows you exactly how to position yourself as an authority figure and how to start posting even as a beginner on LinkedIn so that you can nurture people specifically that we're talking to here who want to meet with us. So hopefully this video helps. If you have questions about it, especially developing your own script, let me know. Again, hopefully this helps, and I'll come out with more videos to help you guys get more clients through LinkedIn.